We are live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 14th episode of Tell Us About Yourself. Uh, I'm Dustin Garman, of course, and my buddy here, Jeffrey Fox. Our special guest today is none other than we know him as JHP, but it's James Han.
Hey everybody, what's going on, guys?
And before we get into questions, I was going to announce, or not announce, but I was at least going to say that to keep Marcel, our 24/7 champ, in your prayers. He had his surgery today, and hopefully he's recovering back at home. Um, so keep them, in your thoughts.
Well,
Also, I wanted
I mean, while we're keeping people in their thoughts, we should also do it for the our friends in the RCW, Big Head DeMello, Void, and SRG Turtle, who are
Yeah, definitely.
all have positive COVID test results and are hopefully all recovering up to be back up to 100% as soon as they can.
thank you,
Yeah,
Fox. I didn't see that. Which
yeah,
I've been working today, but
yeah. Well,
I
that
hate
and
to hear that. But
the new Facebook is horrible, so it makes it hard to. But yeah, and you were going to congratulate someone else
I was also going to congratulate Greg Shockley, aka Harvey Lester.
for the
For the
ladies.
ladies, baby.
Yep.
He did all for the ladies the other night and won the United States Championship. Um, I kind of feel like I kind of feel like it happened kind of like I wanted somebody that that hasn't had a belt won it. So I'm proud of him, and Greg's a good guy, and of course using a lady, Sage, so
Mm-hmm.
made it even special.
Yep.
But
Well,
now to get on with some things. James Hand is with us today, and how you doing, James?
I'm doing good. Just got off work not too long ago.
this is probably the record quickest we've had a question hand raised. So we do have a question in the Zoom chat from Anthony Perry. If he wants to start off with his question, or was he just raising hands for funds?
There he goes.
Hook. I don't even know how to filter him. What's up, James? How's it going?
What's going on, Perry?
So, James, I know you do photography, obviously, and you do radio shows. What are some big events that you've done photography for? Excuse me, like wrestling.
I did one for Mega that had Chase Owens. I think Ricky Morton was in that show as well. A lot of people don't know Paxton Calloway, big tall dude from Mega up in Cleveland, 7 foot 450. Was fun. I believe Shane Taylor was at that event as well. I've done some photography at events with like Marty Jannetty. But the biggest one that I've actually had an opportunity to do is the first Jericho cruise. Voluntarily did it, but that was one of the funnest ones that I've done and got some of the best pictures I've ever gotten. But some of the events I've done for us, Gen Con was huge for me because I had never done like conventions, just as a fan, never gone to a convention. So Origins last year was my first year. Gen Con was my first year. I had a blast. And I even got a couple of pictures of you, Perry.
Yeah, you did. All right.
Thanks, Perry.
I might have some more in a little bit, but thanks.
He always does. You gotta love Anthony Perry.
Yeah. So,
But,
yeah, you were going to do your intro before Perry had his first question out. So, let's get.
what I was gonna say is, now I've known you for a while, James Hand, and last year we had Grand Gathering and everything, and I wasn't necessarily, I didn't necessarily know when you got into the game of Super Show.
Jericho Cruise 1.
Okay, cool.
Was like my first introduction. I believe my fiance was Wasn't you going to play bingo one morning, sweetheart, on the cruise when I met SRG?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was going to play bingo with Noah Foley and I forget the other woman, and I was going to the casino to get something to drink real quick, and loudmouth. Need I say more? So I sat down and learned it a little bit, and by the end of the cruise, I was fully bought in with, I think I had like one starter, all the promos. That's where I got like my Omegas, my Matt Riddle. And that's where I kind of just started and came back to Ohio ready to go. First tournament was on the cruise.
No pun intended, but being on a boat, you were hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, I was essentially. Yeah, it was really my kind of thing, and it fit for the moment at that, and it still is.
And y'all had quite a bit of, which we met the Collins, Colin Simon and Sierra and them that's come from the cruise. But y'all had quite a bit of people there, as far as I know. And it seemed like one hell of a time.
The Overbys were on the cruise as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got to meet those four. And we me, Colin, Sierra, and Keith did the tournament. I think Christy went to go do something, I don't know. But yeah, that's where we first met each other. We didn't know we were from Ohio. Then it just so kind of happened towards the end. We found out we were from Ohio, and BCW was started.
Dude, it's one thing I learned at Gen Con, when we met, which we know her as South Bell and Griff. I mean, when they said they were from Clarksville and stuff like that, it's a small world, it seems like. And I always like to say, life is kind of like Tetris. Everything just falls into place, it seems like.
Right.
It's crazy. We get to just know them, we get to meet these people, and I mean, it's astounding to me. I can literally say I got friends from all over,
Right. Yeah, same deal.
And who was your first competitor you used on that ship?
Like tournament-wise?
Or
my first deck I built was a Grim EC3. But not with the cool first turn game over EC3.
Yeah. That's actually interesting. I haven't heard of anybody using Grim and EC3 together like that. So that's pretty cool.
I didn't have a lot of options. I think I had come back to the room after a long night, and I was like, well, I got this tournament. I got to build something. I was so green, I put a crowd meter in my deck. Like, as the play with the crowd meter, as like that was going to help me.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I've been playing for like 3 or 4 years, and ever so often I'll put spectacles in there. So
I didn't even have spectacles then. I won my first spectacle on the cruise.
Oh.
What has been one of your, for me, I'd say Grand Gathering, but what is probably your most favorite, event so far?
Well, Bobby, mute your mic.
What?
Mute your mic.
He's muted.
I've been Grand Gathering probably was my funnest. I'm not gonna lie. Ones that I've competed in, the Columbus CAC was real fun. And of course on Saturday. My whole first year at events, I had a blast no matter where I went. I think I did Michigan like for a month straight, going up there and playing with Finland and them. So, but Grand Gathering is the one that really showed me the community, and being able to take the photos of Sage and the boss at their wedding was fun.
It for sure. I mean, I enjoyed it way more than I did Gen Con, to be honest with you, because you're so focused on one thing, Super Show, and you've got everybody in this community all at once on airplanes to get to this place, and it's cool seeing them promo, but it's even awesome knowing that, oh, I saw your promo, dude. I really like your character,
Right. I got that a couple times, but it's still weird in a way.
And I seen like in a CCC, you put yourself GHP. I want to say in a CAC. Are you still wanting to create one or?
I am down to create myself for obviously the original reason of myself coming out, which if some people didn't read the backstory because I think it was like 2 pages. Like I legit went and typed like a mini novel for my background. But right now my big thing is if I do get a shot to get a character in, I want to put my dad in. That passed away second day of WrestleMania. So, or WrestleMania Sunday is how we remember it as. So, that's the big goal right now. Honestly, I think that'd be fun. He was a diehard wrestling fan like me. Heck, he would talk about me being free watching Georgia Championship Wrestling on his lap and not moving for the whole show. So that was what I did for Columbus, was to get my dad in the game, who died of lung cancer.
It seems, talking about cancer wise, it don't matter how old you are nowadays. I mean, I'm seeing kids, and stuff like that, and I hate to see it. I do, but I'm sorry for your loss and everything.
Coronavirus messed it all up. I wasn't able to see him like the last 3 to 4 months.
Oh wow.
Because my stepmom is considered as high risk, she didn't want anybody in the house.
Yeah.
And of course, he's high risk at that moment. So, but WrestleMania Sunday was a good pick. I'd hate to say it because me and my brother were both home watching WrestleMania the way we used to when we were kids.
And with him being an influence to you and liking wrestling, when did you start? Which, you're older than me, of course, but who were some of your top, wrestlers that influenced you back then?
I've always loved Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen in general. That's always been my thing. Razor Ramon. So on the Jericho Cruise 2, got to meet him finally. Cross that off the bucket list of Scott Hall. I remember watching Tully and Magnum in the steel cage back in the day, the wooden leg and the head, the I Quit match. I think I was like 4 or 5, but I still remember watching it. But that goes back to the Four Horsemen. I love Raven. I like the guy that you're not supposed to like. But nowadays I'm an AJ Styles mark or a Cody Rhodes mark. I'm not even gonna lie.
Raven was actually I liked Raven as well because he was more of I don't want to say really popular guy, but he was one of them on the outside that was so, I guess, underrated,
He was every 15 to 16-year-old teenager that didn't know what they were doing, what social circle they fit into, which is most teenagers.
Yeah.
And Jeff, do you have anything you want to ask real quick? Or?
Well, I mean, you touched on a couple questions we got from the chat, which is when JHP would be coming out. But they also want to know when Ebony and Ivory would be coming out.
Me and Bobby O has talked about this a lot, and the big thing right now is tag team competitors, tag team cards.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a nifty idea to have Ebony and Ivory out. Honestly, because why not? We're one of the most diverse tag teams in the LFF, and it has to happen, man. I mean, This would be a fun deal. We've discussed what the gimmicks would be and stuff, but we ain't gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
But we have discussed.
Yeah. I mean, someone needs to pick up Bobby O's slack too. So,
Yeah,
as a tag team, you can do all the heavy lifting for him.
I mean, it's a lot of lifting.
Yeah, we can talk about him now. He's muted.
Yeah.
But
oh, he's listening.
Oh yeah, he's listening. He's writing down.
I'm waiting on a hand to raise or something. But now, was you were talking about Michigan earlier? Was you part of Michigan at one time?
Um, I was. That's around the time Michigan Wrestling Alliance folded and became Now.
Okay. 'Cause
That was something that me and Gary Wynn were kind of behind scenes working that project.
I know at one time I had thought that. I was like, well, I actually had thought, like, I thought you were from Michigan because I know I had heard that you had, you were joined into their faction. But
I was a little bit of everywhere though, Dusty. I was in KSW for a minute too.
And I was going to talk to you about a little bit of that. Was the KSW thing, was that going to be a short term, or did y'all think that it was going to last for a while?
I would say short term. It was ultimately a way for me to get back into the tag team division with Bobby O. Like, yeah, we could have played separately as a tag team, like him KSW, me BCW, or Now, or whatever I was doing at the time, but it just felt right. So me and Bobby O together back then was the team, and it only worked if we were in the same faction together. And I love the KSW guys. Every one of them I've had unique conversations with, and just at the Grand Gathering, at Gen Con, I've had with each of them. And each one of them are different in their own way. But King Pink, that's my boy.
Yeah, Pink is a really good one. And, you've got Keith Strader, of course. That's one of, I like to always say he was, me and him are a lot of alike in ways. Yeah, they're good guys. And
I mean, heck, I tried to go after King Greatness promo for promo. No one can say those promos weren't interesting for a month. Me burning the trios KSW card.
That's one thing I think we were touched on the last episode, if I'm not mistaken. We were kind of talking about, once we start getting, more interactive, face to face, it would be cool to bring back those promos, because I know now you can't really do that with online, like we mentioned last week.
Bobby O, I know you're listening. You ain't got a question?
Well, I mean, the Twitch chat has, we do have from Real Nepson on Twitch, favorite 3 competitors to play as in SRG.
Ooh. Kenny Omega has a special place in my heart. Because when I got home and started playing at BCW, that was my main deck for a while, was Omega. Then I graduated to Devil's Advocate, which is how I won the first ever BCW title, was with Devil's Advocate. I ordered it and got it in box, made a couple of switches, a couple of cards, and that's the one. Now it's a toss-up, because now that I got Matt Riddle back, and I'm going to rebuild Matt Riddle, I got, I can't say 3 competitors. I'll give you a tie for third. I'll give you 3A, B, C. 3A is Bastat. Hands down, one of my funnest decks I play. Then I'd say Romeo 3000 is slowly rising his way like 3C. But 3B is Matt Riddle. I enjoy Matt Riddle as much as anybody does at this point.
It's cool that you say Matt Riddle. I don't see him actually played enough, to be honest. I mean, he's got some good finishes, and I mean, his gimmick ain't that bad either. I mean, if you roll your 10, they draw one, but they also randomly discard.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is, Romeo's a lot like Matt Riddle, except I'm getting a card.
Now, it seems to me like, you're talking about Romeo. Do you like those? Do you like those gimmicks and competitors that makes you think strategy, like different ways of,
Yes, I like the mental aspect of it. Like me sitting down across from someone else and I've got them quiet at the table, which I've done it a couple times. Like I think last year's Cleveland CAC, I had Booker kind of mellow at the table instead of talking, and online with the Brink.
Okay.
I think me and him had a barn burner 45-minute match, crowd level 3.
I tell him all the time because we have those matches as well. I'm always like, I gotta get the Advil out.
It's all about, I like me and Bobby O when we do strategy. I'm always trying. It's always like everybody else is playing checkers, I'm playing chess. I'm mentally trying to outthink you.
Yeah. Well,
which is dangerous.
And one good thing is that Bobby O's your partner, because if he sat across from you, there's no way you're shutting him up.
I can shut him up. I can shut him up, believe it or not.
Wow.
I think early in the days when we used to stream a lot, Dustin, you probably remember this, when we used to do the live streams a lot, just me and him. I can shut him up, and the streams prove it.
All right.
And do we have any questions?
We have another one. Who is someone you haven't played who you would want to play against?
SRG Boss, singles 101. I played tag team at the Grand Gathering with him and the Executioner.
Right.
Me and Bobby O whooped him crowd level 1.
Okay.
So I've never sat down one-on-one with the Boss or Calais.
Okay.
That's one thing I can say under my belt. We've had a lot of drunk nights where me and Blates are just playing.
I mean, Polverino maybe. Like, just to sit, like, I don't even want to be online. That's something I want to sit at the table and play against the Polverino.
Yeah, people were pointing out that if you want to play the Boss one-on-one, you can always try to get into the dojo, which is not long after this, and win yourself some free stuff by going over that powder puff of a player of the Boss.
Yeah, it's not this Zoom, just to let you know, James, but they'll actually bring up a Zoom and you can actually, get into they'll randomize and get your name called.
Never know.
Yeah.
But me and the Boss, if we play, I want face-to-face.
Yeah. I mean, and really, if you're going to go in the dojo, you really should go after Brian Schmidt, because he's pretty much just giving you free cards. So, another one question we have is, who's your greatest rival in the game? Like, who seems to always have your number when you play?
Matt Nealon.
Matt Nealon?
Matt Nealon. Like that, he's the guy who took the BCW title off of me. He's that guy, like, when I sit across from him, or I used to, since he got bonked in the head. When I sat down across from him, it was one of those mental things. And the thing is, when he beats you, it's weird. It feels satisfying because he's so nice about it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you beat me. Oh, don't worry, man. You'll get me next time.
Yeah.
No, I won't, but make me want to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Matt, one thing I like about Matt is he's doing these promos with his kids and stuff like that. It's I like stuff like that.
I mean,
he's more
the best thing about
interactive.
Matt is he doesn't remember his wins against you, so you can just say, "Oh yeah, I beat you all those times," because he doesn't have memory anymore.
That's very true.
Yeah, he doesn't remember beating you for the title, so like it never happened.
Yeah, but there's pictures to prove it.
That's why he's my co-host.
Yeah.
Good job, Joe.
Well, he'll just think it's the guy who stole his likeness and made a competitor. So, it works that way, too. But,
Didn't I see Bobby O's hand go up at one point?
I don't know. I can unmute him
I
to
didn't.
see if he had a question.
I don't think
Or I
I
can-
saw him.
Ask him to unmute.
Let's get Bobby O in here. Let's see. I didn't see his hand up, but I might be wrong.
Oh, he might have fell asleep.
He might have ate himself into a coma.
With those chicken wings.
He's probably deck building right now. Oh my God, James is talking bad about me.
He's probably he's probably upset that he wasn't his competitor wasn't named one of your favorite competitors.
I actually just got the Bobby O card, I think, last week.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked at it yet, but it's meh, all right.
Yeah.
I played against his deck. It's meh, all right.
Yeah.
And what about the Twitch chat? Did we have any questions? I'm
Well,
just trying to.
we went through the few of them. None popped in the last few minutes, so we'll
Okay.
pull it up on that one.
Yeah, I just wanted to stay up to date. I know I was asking a lot of questions earlier, and
Yeah.
I was like a motor today, you know.
Yeah.
But what got you into photography,
Capturing moments.
photography?
Yeah. We weren't
It's-
going to say anything about it, Dustin, but yes, it's photography.
I'm tired.
Doing video, you can capture everything in a video, right? That moment, everything you can catch in a video. But in a photo, it's all about that one that you're highlighting. Yeah, you can go into a video and take a screenshot of it, but guess what? It's not going to be as crisp. It's not going to be as memorable. So it's all about just capturing moments. My job is to make you look good.
Always like to say make a moment too. It's just I like it. I like what you're doing with that, because I mean I even used some of your pictures that you took of me as my profile pictures. They were so good, and you did great with them. I mean, even Grand Gatherings, photo album that you did last year, that was awesome, dude.
I think I did how many photos was that? 700?
Dude, I don't even want to guess.
Well, then and last year I didn't have. This year was going to be special. I had a new camera that that would have got me up to 2 photo cameras. Yeah, it was going to be a banging year this year, and COVID
I'm so sick
screwed
of that
2020.
word. I'm so sick of the word.
Yeah. All right. So we have another question from the Twitch chat. If you could add a card with a brand new effect to the game, what would it be?
I'm one of them. It's kind of hard. Just one card.
That's what they're asking. Yeah.
Maybe a number 8 or 9. I'd go with number 9 because I'm a submission buff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically a call of the crowd aspect, but instead of drawing one, you get to choose: do I play another turn, or does my opponent discard a card?
Okay.
I like
Kind
that.
of like that decision. Do I do I take that extra turn, or do I tell him to get rid of a card? If you already know what it's in his hand, it goes more into that strategy feel.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, if they got the recursion finishes, they're getting it back. I like that, actually. I like different aspects of how you could use that.
I don't know what the name would be called, but
game effect wise, that's pretty solid. It's kind of like how they now have the new Cosmics instead of the Armenians, which do the bury instead of the draw as an option. Whereas that would be the discard, which is sounds pretty solid.
I mean, yeah, you're taking that risk reward factor.
Yeah.
You gonna play that extra card or make them get rid of one?
Yep. And of course, people are pointing out how the true best stat player, of course, always wants the opponent to be discards. But, yeah.
I mean, I wasn't even thinking about that.
You chose a submission, so
I've always been a submission. That's been my deal since I started the game. A lot of my guys are high submission.
Yeah.
I mean, even Matt Riddle's a 9 submission.
I
don't remember.
I think he's a 9. I might be wrong.
Romeo's, I think, an 8.
Yeah.
It's a 9.
Kirk Polka said, "Blinded by the camera flash," as a card name.
Captured by the light.
Yeah.
Play off the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these, which we were talking, with Simon Strauss, and we had Chugonomics here last week. I like these thinking of new aspects of playing, and that's a really interesting. I'd like to see something like that,
He's a character, too.
He is. I enjoy it. You know what he's doing down there down south is also. But how's everything going in Ohio? Are y'all still getting together locally or?
We have a casual Saturday every Saturday out at Pixel Palace, which is where we did the CAC. Me, I go out maybe twice a month if I can. Didn't go last Saturday because obviously we had the U.S. tournament, and I wanted to get set up for that because it was like my first official Zoom tournament.
All the ones to choose is the one with like the most players in it at one time.
Well, when I signed up, there it wasn't going to be 64 people.
Right. Yeah.
I think Bobby O hit me up about it, and I saw like 8 spots remain. I was like, oh, I got a shot at this.
Yeah.
Then I saw you guys, and now 64. I was like, oh.
Yeah, someone decided to up the ante a bit.
But yeah,
be clear.
That darn guy.
That way I don't look like I'm pointing at myself.
We usually have like 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Usually it's me, Bobby O, usually the Simons. Keith is usually there over me. Jamal will show up every once in a while. And one half of Earthquake, Justin.
Okay.
So we have a nice Saturday. And sometimes Mallory is there too.
Yeah. Most of which we're all in the U.S. tournament too. So like Common, Sierra, Keith, and all them, and Bobby were all in the U.S. tournament as well. So
yeah, we had a big BCW turnout for that.
I'm gonna be honest with you though, like not to be biased against the tournament, but I had a really fun time because I felt like it wasn't really over competitive, to be honest with you. I even had fun in the Zoom rooms and stuff
I had a blast. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a blast, and that's why I'm comfortable doing this show now, and I'll probably be in another tournament at some point.
Awesome, dude. I was happy to see you because I didn't actually realize that was your only tournament that you've really been in, but I was happy to see you and all kind. A lot of people that I didn't expect to actually be in it were in it, and
you dangled gold.
Well, talking about gold, we finally have Bobby O raising his hand.
Oh no!
If he would like to ask his question,
he must have woke up.
Watch, he's not gonna unmute.
I'm going to unmute because y'all been on there dissing me for like 15 damn minutes.
Only 15?
Think I ain't about to come say this?
Wait, we've been
Are
on.
you kidding me?
We've been online for 40.
Listen, I don't give a long how long it's been. Who that? A nosy? Is that nosy? I'm coming to you in a minute because I heard your comment earlier, Mr. Nose Fox. Anyway, I just want to get on here and say what's up to my brother James, man. I am so proud of, how far he's come as far as planning these tournaments because he wasn't doing it. And now that he about to get out, he about to start whooping y'all's, I want to cuss, but I don't want to pay no bits. But he about to start whooping y'all's tail.
No bits on this channel.
We don't find people.
I don't want to put a shout out. I'm just shouting out my brother. That's it.
You raised your hand for that?
Well, of course it wasn't going to be a question. It's Bobby O, man. It's going to be a statement no matter what.
Right.
Hey, at least it didn't come at you like it did DJ Marconi.
We've had our drag out battles.
Yeah.
And if I ain't mistaken, he lives closer to you. If I ain't mistaken, I might be wrong, but I know.
Not as much. Like I still think he's 40 minutes away.
Okay.
When we started, I think he was 15 minutes away. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot closer, but the closest store to me is 45 minutes anyways. So what's it going to pick him up and going an extra 10?
True.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Which I don't like. I don't like riding along anyway. I always like being in groups because one thing we always learned was we like to play those road games, You see Anthony Perry in here, he'll ask a lot of times, who's your favorite, wrestlers, top 5.
Oh, no, you're stealing his question? Oh, no, don't steal his question.
Well, I was going to say that we actually play that game like on the road. We'll ask our, top 5 favorite movies
already
and all
did.
kinds of stuff. And we learned that, it'll kill so much time because you're so focused on thinking, you don't actually realize you're getting so close to the place.
The craziest person I've had in a car with me, right? Wrestler wise, I'll go with this. This is my story to your question, right? The road games, right?
Yeah.
I've had some fun with Marty Jannetty. I mean, let's be honest. And who is the other guy? Cody Hawk.
Okay.
Some good times with those guys on the road. That answer your question, Dustin?
Yeah. And how is Twitch going, buddy?
Well, I mean, we got Kirk Polka out here talking about shovels, but it's Kirk Polka, so that's pretty much a natural state with this American shovels. I think referring to the fact that he was playing Unique this weekend.
And true American shovels.
Yeah, it's true American shovels. Yeah. Yeah, some people like shovels in America.
I'm picturing like a red, white, and blue flag handle or something.
Well, no, yeah. I was thinking a red, white, and blue shovel-like head.
Well, I mean, I think if he ever wins that title, we need an all-art shovel with a red, white, and blue on it.
Oh, Bobby O got a question again.
All right.
Man, that guy. All right, well, you can ask it. Always asking questions.
Thank you. I don't need you to thank you be done so I can ask my question like that. Anyway, Brother James, what kind of should you win LFF Gold, man? I haven't been here the whole time. I don't know if this question's been asked, but should you win LFF Gold, what kind of champion will you be when you do?
Fighting, of course. I mean, except for them higher class bums. Screw them.
I agree.
But yeah, I'm taking on all
the higher class is. All I know is higher asses. That's all I know.
Oh.
So if you're speaking about them, I'm telling you right now, I'm changing this. I want them higher asses. They know higher class. They all bums. All of them. I don't care if the cheap suits, the flashy suits, the dirty polyester ties.
And you know what the crazy thing is? They like shovels too.
I want them all. I don't care. They were talking about my brother Michael Kirk. They're trying to threaten my brother Michael Kirk. It's a wrap. Do you hear me? It's a wrap. Christmas is coming early. Higher ass.
You did say you were going to rep. Does that mean another mixtape?
I don't know. I like Kirk Polka. He's a nice guy.
I mean, well, yes, Kirk Polka is a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's the only one. Yeah. And maybe Mysterious.
Yeah, maybe Mysterious.
Yeah.
Rest of them, Christmas is coming early.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Strong words, too, from Bob.
I mean, that might get some questions in the chat now.
Well, Kirk Polka was, until you clarified that he was the cool one in that group, I think he was a little upset. But, hey, SRG Universe is in here going whoa, but I don't know who's behind that handle tonight. It could be a higher class, it could be the boss, it could be Griff.
I mean, I'd be interested to find out who it is. Like, whoever's on the SRG handle, ask a question. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't hide behind the name. Be yourself.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully.
Maybe we'll see.
Hopefully they didn't run back to GM Calais to report everything. And I guess all three of us are now out of LFF title contention because of that rant from Bobby. But,
damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean,
damn it, Bobby.
And all Bobby has to do is give the GM his title match for his Bluegrass title, I think.
Which he's defended twice, by the way, and still doesn't even have his belt.
Yeah, well, that's because the GM wants his shot. But the SRG Universe does have a question. Did Damian Thorne beat you at Gen Con 2018?
No.
No?
No. I used his own creation. I used the stat on him, and he didn't know, and that's why he went bye-bye. Damian Thorne is no more.
All right. And Kirk Polka asks, what step would you like to see in the game?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what? I don't know if this is gonna be. Me and Michael Bailey were having a conversation about this. We have brought up. I love his fans bring the weapons. Love that.
Okay.
And like a Texas death match. Like there'd be a way to kind of set it up, but I would definitely be interested in working with somebody to come up with like a Texas death match, like old school Sting and Vader.
Okay.
Like something nuts. Like I'm one of those people. I want to make the game go as long as possible. But yeah, fans bring the weapons for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with RVD, Sabu, the Chair Extraordinary. You could have a good hardcore division
So you're kind
with
of
the LFF.
you're thinking going extreme, kind of like the ECW angle with that, right?
Yes.
Kind of like the barbed wire rings and stuff like that.
Not like it would be nice to have like maybe a fans bring the weapons match, like the ropes. But like the death match thing, kind of like a last man standing, but you got to get a pin first.
Yeah.
What was that? They used to call it a Texas match, but it was kind of like, they always had a pole at each end of the ring, and
We're not doing nothing on a pole match. or on a forklift. Judy Bagwell already ruined that for everybody.
Yeah. But there was Texas Bull Ropes, Texas four-corner matches. There's lots of
the Texas Bull Rope. I was thinking.
I'd like to see a Four Corners matchup set.
The Four Corners has been used as a step in one tournament that TJ Marconi hosted. They had a Four Corners match. It was pretty neat. And actually, as SRG Universe has pointed out, there is a rumor that the True Survivor at Island Games has a fans bring the weapons step that he's working on. So
I like that.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there is probably more of a market for it nowadays, now that you have, like, Claim the Throne, which allows, like, a second, like, the special crowd beater, like, stuff that, I mean, I'm sure you can increment weapon deck into something like that.
Right.
That could be useful.
Now, with the fans bring the weapons, how do you think that's really ran,
I've only seen the one Michael Bailey has.
See, I've seen that one.
And
that
I've
one
actually ran it. Like, I ran it in a match against David, wait for it, Schmidt. Back in last year up in Cleveland, me and him had a fans bring the weapons match up for, I think it was like for their hardcore title or something up at Michigan Wrestling Alliance. It was crowd level 0, and I whooped them.
Okay. That's
But
fair.
there is a flip in weapons involved, and it gives you like so much, like +2, +1. It's kind of weird, but it's fun.
There was actually a hardcore match that we used to do down here. We used to, we would go to the public library and we would print off, we would find, pictures of weapons and stuff like that. And nobody would know what we're packing in our deck. We would have, maybe 4 or 5 different weapons in there, of our choosing. And
Right.
you would randomly get hit by something. You're like, whoa, what's that do? We wouldn't make them, crazy, or I hate the word to even say it, but broken. We wouldn't make them broken or nothing like that, but they were pretty, badass when we used them, because nobody would expect it. I like that, expect the unexpected kind of, I guess, way of looking at it.
All
Me
right.
and Bobby O came up with a great stipulation, but I'm not going to put it out there.
All right. Well,
Maybe
speaking
one
of
day. Go ahead.
Speaking of Bobby O, he looks like he wants to ask a question again, so we'll
Okay.
let him chime in.
Oh, no.
Good evening. Hello.
Hello.
So I got a question. This is a real question right here. And this is for whoever's running the SRG universe. Get with the boss. Boss, you get with your GM and book that Belly versus the Boot match. Everybody in the LFF want to see Marconi and Bobby Ohio go at it with boots and bellies. Stop playing with us.
That's not a question though. That's a statement.
That's my question. Didn't Nosy tell you earlier all my questions are statements?
Yes. I mean, I felt that.
Bobby, calm down. I don't want him to strip you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see him
strip
stripped.
me.
No.
Everybody
No.
be blind. You strip me, everybody blind. We ain't doing that today.
Yeah, man.
How about we do Ebony and Ivory versus TJ Marconi and the Boss?
We can do that too. I just want this match because me and Marconi been going at it for real low key since Grand Gathering. We had 2 matches there, and right now we're trying to settle this out with this Boo versus Belly, and the GM is playing around with it. The Boss already signed off. Calais, whatever his name is, the Face, Burnhead, whatever you want to be today, Pirate, Sexiness. He need to book that match, man. He need to book that match for us.
Hey, I raised my hand real quick. I got a question for you, Bobby.
Go, brother.
Can we finish this interview?
Right after my next statement. So, what I want to... No, I'm done. Listen, I love y'all, man.
Hey, we love you too, buddy.
Y'all take care. I'll chime back in a little while. I'm still watching, man. I don't want to interrupt y'all no more. I'm out.
No, you're good. You're good.
You see, now if you look at Jeff's face, Jeff is ready to kick my ass up out of here.
I mean, the best is he had to raise a hand to answer a question on his own as an interviewee. Like that was just the best. Like
That's a clip.
yeah.
Speaking of crowd meters, you've already raised it to 6, so you're doing your job.
But Italian Bombada has a question from the Twitch chat for you, James.
All right.
He wants to know if you like to lose to a spectacle. Which seems
This sounds touchy.
yeah.
Faction Wars.
Oh
This
Yeah.
one that's happening.
yeah. Well, the spectacle wasn't around last year's.
Well, yeah, but I
And I
thought
didn't do Faction Wars last year, and you got to think there was that time where I was literally out of the loop.
Yeah.
Like I went off the grid for just a little bit, and like I didn't even know this card existed.
Oof.
But he baited me. I'll give him that. He gave me. I went for the carrot.
Well, he's Impact, so that's what you get. It's Impact.
what's your mouth, Fox?
He won't do it again. He won't beat me with the spectacle again.
Yeah. I mean, I only played one Impact member for Faction Wars, and I beat him, so that's all that really mattered to me. Anyway. Poor Dustin.
Bobby O is inspiring. I'm just not letting it out. But anyway.
Oh man, Fabio got us all off the rails here.
This is what he does.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that spectacle? You know, now knowing it's out.
That just means you just got to run a deck that doesn't have an unstoppable finish in it. Won't happen again, Bombada.
I was waiting on something like that.
Or ways to look at people's hands to know if they have it in there. There's tricks. There's tricks. I don't know which competitor you were using. D2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Smelter.
Yeah, he got me. He's like, why ain't you playing it? Why ain't you playing it? Why ain't you playing it? He baited
Buddy,
me.
I'm gonna be honest. That spectacle was the whole reason why I cut my 4-year deck of B2. I just don't like the auto win of it.
My question is, who signed that spectacle card? Because it looked like just Pikachu, a drawn Pikachu. That doesn't look like a signed spectacle.
Oh
to me.
no, that would have been a Queso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Queso.
Queso is actually the leader of the Dojo Mafia.
Okay, I'll let it stand.
Queso is the most popular person in John Polverino's house.
I made John laugh last week. I told him that my dog challenged him to a steel kennel match.
Now it's going to be John and your dog, or Queso and your dog?
Queso and my dog.
Yeah, I mean, that one probably doesn't look too good.
Yeah. Not gonna get into that.
Ooh, all right. That's a derail. right. Well, how did your
But yeah.
faction wars go for you, though?
Not bad. I didn't do terrible. Didn't do great. I had played a couple of people that I had played before, and a couple that I hadn't. Like, I think, what's his name? Blackstar?
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to play against him. There's a couple, like, I was like, I needed an opponent, and they're like, I'll play you. I'm like, I've never played him before, so So I did it anyways and enjoyed myself. It was a crazy day. Me and Bobby O posted up at Pixel Palace, our local store, and they let us have like a little corner in the room where we could set up and play. We were basically there from when they opened until they closed.
Yeah, I played quite a bit of people that day that seemed like they were in, like gaming rooms. I thought that was pretty cool.
Gotta have our war room. It was faction wars. We gotta have a war room.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. So we got about 5 or 6 minutes left in the program. So this is the point where I remind people on Twitch and in the room to get their hands up if they have questions. Or answers. Sorry, no, I'm distracted by someone who's Twitch Zoom chatting me privately about something completely not pertinent to this conversation, just to distract me. But I'm not going to say his name, but we've heard him many a times today.
Bobby M.
But, so yeah, that's just sometimes.
Yeah, I love Bobby.
Oh yeah.
See, now he raised his hand again.
All right,
See,
Bobby
Jeff,
O,
what is
you're
wrong
on.
with you?
All right.
You should have left me alone. All you had to do was not tell this dude what we were talking about.
I didn't
This
say
y'all-
that. I didn't say it. I mean, you just said I was asking too many questions of him, and I pointed out that's the point of the show. That's it. That's it. I mean, like,
Cause you being nosy. Leave my brother alone, man. He trying to do his interview. You would ask him all these hard questions about his personal life. Leave him alone.
oh, Bobby, you're just mad because no one wants you on the show.
Well, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm crying. I'm done. I'm done.
Now,
Oh,
Jeff,
later,
we,
bro.
we can't do that to Bobby O. Bobby O, you're eventually going to be on the show.
It's too
How
late.
about that?
If Jeff is hosting, no. No. If Jeff hosting, I'm out of there. No.
All right, Jeff is going to be sick that day. No, I'm just kidding. I need you.
That's good. Well, no one will watch anyway because it's Bobby O, so it won't matter. You don't need to
Duh.
stream it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm about to do my own interview. I'm about to go live right now. Bye.
We do have a real question from the chat,
Okay.
coming from one Kirk Polka: pineapple or sheep
Ooh.
or lamb, I guess in this case, if it's edible. Mutton,
Neither
maybe.
one of them.
No, wow.
Ouch.
Neither one of them.
Oh. That's a way to get under the skin of 2 different camps of people.
One of them can't even remember anything.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
And what's
That's
the
what
other
you want all
one's
the-
plan after losing the Underworld belt?
Well, he has a world title shot coming up down the road, so
Is it against Bombada or is
Oh,
it going to be Fulverino?
it's going to be. I mean, we all are 100% sure it's going to be Polverino. 'Cause, come on, man, he's going to tell Bombada to lay down, and Bombada's going to lay down. We all know that.
Why does everybody expect this blessed of me?
Is it time to take horse out the pasture?
Oh, I think it's past time. Probably. But, that's just the way it works.
See, that's what you get Bombada for bringing up the spectacle.
Yeah. But really, the question shouldn't be pineapple or sheep. It should be pineapple or sheep or pickles. I mean,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
Can't
You
forget
got to
about
pick
you.
one of those 3? Pickles.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
definitely.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Pineapples are only good on ham, and it's not a holiday.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not much on pineapples. I know wool come from sheep, and sheep usually like to follow, not
Okay.
lead.
I'm glad you said wool, because when T.J. Marconi had that question, he said, "Oh, cotton comes from sheep," and I nearly lost it because that ain't where cotton comes from. But
Hey, Perry, you got another question?
Anthony? You must be sleeping.
Why? It's not a birdcage.
You know who he reminds me of in his picture? I love you, Perry. He reminds me of old boy from Little Nicky, the Dirty Bird. What's his name? He's been in tons of movies.
I can't remember now, dude, but
He was in 50. He was in also in Grown Ups too. Played the creepy janitor.
Yeah, I actually don't think I've actually seen Little Nicky, surprisingly. So I don't.
I can't
really
remember. I can't remember the actor's name.
Yes, he was also in the movie Mom and Dad Saved the World or Saved the Universe. That old cheesy '80s flick. I forget.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dang, it's been a dead night question-wise.
No, there's been a good number of questions. Just most of them came from Bobby O. Sorry.
Well, those weren't questions. Those were
Questions.
statements. Those are statements, not questions.
Man, you
We
made
had-
that crowd.
We gotta stop
Speak-
saying his name because he just raised his hand again.
I know.
Alright, well.
Jeff, you're doing this.
Yes, it's your fault, Jeff. You need to leave my name out your mouth, friend.
Okay.
Bobby O is here for the people and the pineapples.
Oh, wait.
That's all I wanted to say.
So you're saying that your tag team partner is wrong and that it's pineapples are better than pickles?
Negative.
Okay.
Pickles are top notch, but
Yeah.
pineapples are okay.
Yeah.
Well, pineapples are okay.
Yeah. That's fair.
Okay, I'm done for real now. I'm done for real. Okay, good show. Great show. Great
For real.
Hey,
For real.
thank you, buddy.
All right. So we are at that 7:30 mark. So if there's any more final questions, I would get them in the next minute or so while Dustin starts. Dustin, if you have any other final questions.
I was I was just gonna say, I think I asked you. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but are you planning on doing another CCC, or are you gonna try to get your character out?
I'm gonna try it if it pops up, but if I'm going to play like CACs like in person, the push is my dad.
Okay.
That's the plan. Either one of them's gonna happen. I mean, if we can get Bobby O in this game, someone's got to have some love for JHP or a father or something here. But yeah, I'm pushing for it definitely.
Okay, cool. And I'm kind of at this time. I'm kind of out of questions, just to be honest. But
I mean, the only thing that Twitch is asking now is Bobby O versus Fox and when, and the answer to that is it's happened like in every online league season I was in, and I've got my ass handed to me. So no, thank you.
Why'd you bring him up now?
It
How
doesn't
do you
matter.
know he's not the one asking that question, Fox?
Because he would have had to hijack Kirk Polka, and I don't think he could have taken a shovel to get there. So,
Never know.
never know. But with that, why don't we wrap up the show? If you have any final thoughts, James, anything you want to say to the people?
I'd like to say thank you for having me on. Of course, this is
Oh, it was our pleasure.
it's been a blast. I'll admit that, even though somebody keeps popping in and out.
Yeah.
But thank you for the questions, everybody who asked. I appreciate them. If you have any more, you can message me. I'll be around in Zoom rooms. I don't know when y'all will see me again, but I'll be around.
All right.
Just like my Cleveland Browns will be around. Balio, is that what you're laughing at, Fox?
Yeah, the background laughing for the Cleveland Browns. But
don't encourage it, Fox. She's a Steeler fan. Don't encourage this.
I mean, it was just so perfectly timed. How could I not enjoy that?
hey, all you gotta say is, I mean, Packers did steal a Super Bowl, so there you
That's
go.
all I got, though.
I just want to say, James, it was awesome having you on here. I appreciate you wanting to come on the show. Like we were talking about earlier, you were doing your photography and everything, and I enjoyed that. I really did. And the fact that you took 700 photos, but man, that just going through that album was amazing that you did for virtual not virtual, but Grand Gathering from last year.
I am still available for bookings. Got to get the plug in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I appreciate all you're doing and everything, and it's just good to have you online now. You were on Saturday, and I was thrilled to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you. I know we talk ever so often, but dude, you can hit me up anytime. I'm always there for you.
Even though I work like crazy hours between here and the radio station and everything else.
But I just want to say keep doing what you're doing, brother, and stay safe, and let's get back to playing.
Let's get it rolling and trolling.
And Fox, do you have anything you want to touch up on?
No, I think that's it. Unless you want to give tell people who's going to be on next week.
All right, next week on our next show. Let me pull up my schedule. I'm sorry, I've been writing in my notebook.
If it's going to be Bobby O, I'm going to crash his interview.
Again, I don't think we're ever going to have him on the show. We kind of want people to watch, and that's just not good for television.
Next week, we're actually going to have not just one, but 2 living weapons.
Oh. Okay.
Nice.
Michael and Amy Deans both.
That'll be a good episode, too.
Yeah.
Remember, sweep the leg.
I think also it's going to actually spoil who's the real true living weapon, because Michael's going to be in a corner and Amy's going to be right there on the screen talking.
Yeah, no spoiler there. Amy Deans is the superior weapon. All right, and with that, thank you for the coming on the show. It was great. Great getting to know you, and everyone seemed to have a good time, so thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And with that...
Hey, no problem, buddy.
All right,
and I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.